do? Asif says hello from Pakistan. So hey, yeah, we're just winding up here. Let's just take one last question, maybe two. So I see Excel Basement is on. Hello, my friend. So let's go on the phone real quick. On the phone, if you have any questions, just speak up. Da 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 da. Okay. Then let's go here. Oops, that's weird. Let's take well, let's take this question, and we'll make Suburaj's question the last one. So Excel Basement is asking, learn Power BI from basic to advanced. Many online courses available. Where do you go? All right. So yeah, that's true. There are many online courses available. So I'll tell you my approach, and then you can plug in a different course in there. It still works. So my approach, and the approach that I would recommend, is this. So I always say that Power BI is agile BI, right? It's not that old school, oh, we're going to take 6 months or 1 year, spend $2 million to work on a BI project. Those days are gone, my friend, right? As I was talking about Lunga here, I love kind of parachuting down to my clients, and 2 to 3 days we build something, and usually it blows their socks off. I mean, I've had where on the third day they started clapping, and I'm like, why the heck are you guys clapping? And they said, you don't realize we've been trying to build this for 1 year. So that's Power BI. It's agile BI. But then I ask you, why the heck shouldn't we learn it the same way? Right? So what would agile learning look like? I mean, it would be the cycle, and sometimes it goes something like this. So step one is you're going to learn it, and that does need a course. I'll talk about that. And then, of course, you need to use it, through the course examples. Hopefully it does have download files, which, at least my course does. Most courses do. But then with your own data, right? So with course files, but then again, most important, with your own data. That's where the real learning is. But then when you do it, you are gonna hit walls. This is the break it part, where it feels broken, where you're frustrated. You're like, oh my gosh, I saw it in the course. It worked for them. I know my data is slightly different, but I can't get it to work. My formula doesn't work. The query editor doesn't work, or I just have no idea how to do it with my data set. And that's where I wanted to provide help to kind of my audience, where if somebody helps you over that roadblock, that's when the real learning is, right? That's when it really accelerates your learning. So in my course, I do that through our very own Facebook group, right? So this is our Learn Power BI, and you get help not just from me, but from everybody else. There's good interaction there, good community, and this is different than a random community on the internet, because guess what? This is not a random community. For one, all of them have gone through my course, so they speak like that. They kind of speak the same language. You're not going to get some random piece of advice here. And for another one, I mean, frankly, I have attracted kind of a specific set of audience, specific type of people, so more likely you'll find more connections here, right? So that's one. And then of course I do other things on YouTube. We also have a class call where it's just students are there. I'm not on YouTube anymore. That we do on Thursdays. So that's where I think so that's the process. So, and again, you go through it in cycles. This is not, you take 3 months to complete the course and then you go apply it. That's the biggest BS. And while if you're my student and doing that, I would say don't do it. And I know some students are like, oh no, I just want to go through the course first, and I don't want to ask questions that look silly if it's already covered in the course. I'm like, I don't care. If you're especially applying it on your own data set and you get stuck, just go ahead and ask it in the Facebook group, right? So let's come back to the learn it, the course part. I mean, the way I see it, the course gives you that 20% that gives you the 80% of the results. At least that's the way I built my course. It's focused on those key concepts which give you 80% of the results. And if you look at my course, in Power BI, the fundamentals is where it's at. It's what's under the hood. A lot of people get distracted by just the visuals, but once you dive into it, you pretty quickly realize that that's not where the real strength is. It's in the query editor, understanding relationships, understanding DAX, and sure, once you have done all that, then the visuals comes easy. And then of course I also talk about the PowerBI.com platform. So that's the course, and after that, the rest of the journey is through that, through by you applying it, and if you start hitting walls, that's a good thing. That's a good sign. That means you're really using it. But then of course, hopefully you would have options to get help. And in our course, we have the student Facebook group, calls, and calls with me. So that's the combination. So and yeah, that's, you repeat it, and every time you repeat that cycle, you're gonna get better and better, basic to advanced.